Grab your beverages and turn up your interweb. Solving the world's problems 12 ounces at a time. It's Dudes and Beer. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dudes and Beer podcast. I am Chris Jordan, your host, coming to you live tonight from Marfa, Texas. I am here with my amazing and beautiful wife, Amy Jordan of the Yes But Why podcast here on the HC Universal Network, and it is her birthday, July 5th. This is a little pre-record episode. We're out here, and I was like, I've got to record an episode about the Marfa Lights. Like, we're out here in Marfa in the middle of nowhere to come out and check out the art and all that kind of stuff, and of course to check out the famed Marfa Lights. And the question hot on everybody's mind today, number one, before we get into it, don't forget the Dudes and Beer podcast is now officially brought to you by Audible. If you're a fan of books like me and just don't have time to turn the leaf anymore, but you got plenty of time on the road, driving, flying, sitting in airports, doing whatnot, stop on by Audible. audibletrials.com/dudes will get you a 30-day free trial of Audible. You will get a couple free books whenever you sign up. You don't even have to keep it past that, but I've kept mine. I love it. It's great stuff. Stop on by today, audibletrial.com/dudes to get that 30-day free trial. And I guarantee you somewhere out there is something about Texas history where you can hear about the Marfa Lights. There's some sort of paranormal book or something like that, you know. But Amy, number one, how was your trip out today?
Oh, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. 6-hour drive from Austin. Wasn't so bad. Maybe I've lived in Texas long enough that 6 hours seems like a drop in the bucket, but I don't know. Wasn't too bad.
No,
we had a nice
really
day. It was a really beautiful view the whole time. We just kept going. Look at that vista.
Yeah,
it was
vistas,
gorgeous.
man. Vistas.
Vistas, man.
It is gorgeous. Right now we're out here looking at the flat, which is just southwest of Marfa itself. And the Marfa Lights, of course, are fabled. They've been around for years and years. I guess the first written reports were the 1950s, something like that, mid-40s, 50s, I think were the first written in, like, book reports. But there were newspaper reports, things like that, going back into the late 19th century into the 1800s, from cattle drives. There are Native American legends about them. The Marfa Lights are wild. We're out here right now. It is probably about 10 minutes till sunset. We actively have cameras rolling as well. I've got an HD camera hooked up to the fence out there, as well as a 360 cam.
Chris will put up any footage that we get that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're here at the Marfa Lights Viewing Center, which is like an official spot off Highway 67 where you're supposed to check them out. Apparently this is where they happen, so they erected a little
Yeah, this is apparently the most frequently seen location.
Yeah.
So it's a cool little place. They've got like some little observational telescopes, you know, like what you see at typical U.S. landmarks, all that kind of stuff. We're sitting on this cool little bench that's kind of like, you know, like a bench that somebody would dedicate, but they've got them kind of staggered around the place with little facts and things like that. This one that we're sitting on is a little geologic fact plaque talking about the volcanic region that we're in and all that kind of stuff.
So many mountains right here.
Yeah.
And also, I would like to point out, it is July 5th, and I'm chilly.
Yes. Sorry about any noise, folks. We are out here on the open plain.
This will be a windy episode for sure.
So, sorry for any rough sound there, but
if you don't like wind, this one might
this is not for you. You don't need to be out here. No, seriously, stay tuned in. It's going to be great.
It's nice and windy.
We're hoping for a viewing. I mean, according to everything I've read and seen, heard, they're pretty dependable.
You know what's funny? Everything that I've read and seen and heard said the opposite. So I think it's funny.
Really?
And I think that we will figure it out.
Well, I guess what I'm thinking of is the fact of they're dependable despite the weather. It's not like there's a certain kind of weather that they're attributed to, a certain temperature, certain time of year, anything like that.
No, they're random, and they come out occasionally, and, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
So we did a little research on it, right? And so some people think it has to do with like atmospheric conditions. And like, I'm gonna be honest, right now we're witnessing some atmospheric conditions. There is in the distance a really
great
cool looking rainstorm, and there's lightning and rainbows and all sorts of stuff.
But here's the thing: it hasn't been temperature for mirage in hours.
Yeah, but those are different theories. The first theory is that it's a weather thing, but we're looking at a lot of weather stuff, and I haven't seen anything that could be like that, right?
Well, we've been looking in broad daylight. Right now it is like about 10 minutes before sunset, so we're locked in pretty close here.
The other things were car lights, which I think is kind of a a sham excuse right there, because realistically, wouldn't you notice there was a car driving down the highway right here?
Well, not just that. They're talking about off in the distance also, on byways, on private roads, all that kind of stuff. But even then, if you're talking about the first written reports coming out in the 40s, 50s about it.
No, it was 1886 when the first story of it was out there.
Yeah. And, they're Marfa Lights, ghost lights, will-o-the-wisps, what have you. We're hoping.
Yeah, then there's the paranormal.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that people are saying. So, by the way, it's ghosts. What's a will-o-the-wisp?
That's one of the questions. Will-o-the-wisps are supposedly like a mischievous sprite type creature.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're associated in swamps, things like that. And granted, this is a volcanic area,
so more likely to have sprites.
Like the area right here over my left shoulder, if you're facing out toward the Marfa Lights, folks, if you look from 12 o'clock, you'll be talking about 7 o'clock on your watch. There is actively a dome right over there that is a dormant volcano head, or a dormant thermal cone popping up out of the ground.
Paisano Plateau.
Yes. The fact that it may be gaseous lights hitting temperature differentials and lighting could be.
Sure.
Could be.
But why wouldn't we see it over there?
And that would be much more akin to St. Elmo's fire.
Which is what?
Which is pockets of gas that are ignited by heat.
Okay.
You see them frequently.
St. Elmo's fire is the name of an atmospheric condition in which pockets of gas catch on fire just randomly in the world.
Over graveyards, things like that, places with methane gas, that kind of stuff.
I'm like, what?
That's where it's commonly seen back in the day. Everything else. So to see
Are there
something like that,
graveyards out here?
Well, it's not that. It's
this was a military installation.
Yeah,
could there be bodies and methane and the fire?
You'll have methane because you see all those pumps that we passed. Those are all methane pumps. That's what they're pumping out of the ground. This is a volcanic area, so you're going to have natural gases that come out of the ground. You're going to have vent out gases. So that's a possibility.
All right.
Not beyond the realm of possibility where with the conductive heat of the desert, something like that, it could spark it off, kind of like a ball of neon.
Can we go back to will-o-the-wisps?
Yeah.
Is that like a... Is it like an idea of a what like group came up with this like sprite situation?
Well, will-o-the-wisps go back ancient England. You hear about will-o-the-wisps in the bayous of Louisiana. They're spirit orbs.
Okay.
Neither friend nor foe, just spirit orbs that you see floating about. Whoa, that was some cool red lightning out in the distance.
Could it be a Marfa light already?
So those are some of the theories. And I mean, the one about lights off in the distance, like I said, if the first books were written back in the 40s, 50s, I'm sorry, there were not cars aplenty rolling by, especially way out here. You know, even in 1940-something Houston, there weren't cars aplenty rolling by.
Yeah, no kidding. In the drive from Marfa to here, there were no cars behind me.
Exactly.
At all.
That's what I'm saying.
At all.
So the car theory is bunk to me.
For 10 miles.
That's dead to me.
None.
That's dead to me. Just by witness of 6 hours of travel and the sheer number of cars that we saw, gone, like discounted for me.
Yeah, we've met everyone in Marfa already.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty small town. There's some cool shops like the what was it? Moonlight Rock Shop.
Oh yes.
That was cool. If you're a Rocks and Minerals fan like you know I am, folks, stop on by. It's not an ad. We aren't sponsored. I just love the dude. He's great.
And we bought a bunch of rocks, so it was great.
We bought a bunch of specimens for our collection, stuff like that. We've made a connection. We've made a friend. Just so you know, most of the property around here to collect on is actually private. So watch yourselves, folks. This is real Texas out here. You start going past property lines, that's when shotguns come out. And you're out.
Seems like kind of a chill area, though.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
They'd just be mad.
Yeah, it'd be like, dude, stop. That's where my dog poos.
Oh my God. So when we got here to Marfa, the first thing that we see, like the minute
as an Austinite,
we get
we could
here,
not appreciate it.
As soon as we get to the first stop sign in this like one light town. In fact, I don't even know if there's one light. I didn't see one. Stop signs.
Caution light.
Anyway.
There's a stoplight.
There is this kid who has like beautiful long straight hair, a beautiful beard, wearing like a tank top and shorts and like a curled mustache.
Culottes.
Sure, and a curled mustache.
Wasn't shorts.
And a hat. It was the most hipster.
It was skin tight blue jeans that were rolled up. That didn't even come all the way down. If they came all the way down, they'd have been up above his ankle. But then they were rolled up by 4 inches by a hand.
Okay.
Like 1950s style and up above his sock line.
Oh, 1950s style. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, this hipster was hilarious, and we had ourselves a big old laugh.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Like, we thought we left Austin.
Well, no, we said it hours ago. That, like, watch, we're going to get there, and it's going to be so trendy.
It's just going to be a tiny Austin. Which it kind of is.
Tiny hipster locale.
Yeah. It's funny. Also, they take siesta. So when we arrived at 3, only one bar was open for like 3 different options. It was so funny.
If you're coming in the middle of the afternoon, make sure to bring a little bit of food with you. Things don't really open till 5, 6 o'clock.
And get ready to nap.
Get ready to take a nap. You're right over here by the border. We are not too far from the Chihuahuan Desert, from Chihuahua, Mexico. Time. And it's
We're doing it tomorrow. I'm having a siesta tomorrow for sure.
Yeah?
I'm doing it, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm taking advantage of the whole situation. We're here. It's Marfa. My mom didn't know what Marfa was.
Most people don't. A lot of people don't.
I don't know why I know what Marfa is.
Really. I remember when I told my dad, because, like I told you, past Del Rio on the way here. My dad used to do quite a bit of business there, but whenever I told him at his 70th birthday not too long ago.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. He was like, what the hell are you going to Marfa for? I was like,
By the way, that tone is like literally for anything Chris could do.
Yeah. What the hell are you doing that for?
Yeah.
It was like,
So what'd you say?
yeah, I was like, we can go out and see the Marfa Lights, maybe do a little light rock hounding, something like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess there's the Marfa Lights.
It's funny because, like, to me, this is interesting, and I'm excited to see if we see anything, but this isn't, like, the reason why I wanted to come. I just like the idea of checking out a different town, and this one has a, pretty good tourism push. I feel like I heard about it, then it was advertised to me, that's kind of how things work.
There's the El Cosmico Festival. My good friends at Nomad Sound run sound for that.
That is probably how I became aware of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to check that place out for sure. I want to go see El Cosmico. We were staying at the Hotel Paisano, which is an old historic hotel. And information about it has warned us that the old dead proprietor might be wandering the halls.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Always fun. Yeah.
Oh, good, a ghost. That's what I'm looking for.
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest, I kind of was.
Yeah.
I chose a historical room, which meant nothing. They're all historical. The building itself is, like, super old.
Yes. It's from the late 1800s. Made to be one of the nicest hotels between El Paso and San Antonio on the cattle trail.
Whoa, that was a big one. Sorry, there's a big old lightning flash. Oof. Oof, over here. What you hear right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear it, hopefully you do, is the train. There is a train that runs. Now, given this train, if the train had lights, I would say that
train has a light.
Could definitely
a couple, but
cause some flashes over here, perhaps.
Yeah, but nothing like that.
Now, over here to the right here, there's some red flashing lights. That's just a traffic light or something, right?
That is actually more than likely a radio tower off in the distance from what it looks like, the frequency with which it's flashing.
Yeah.
But it is definitely something along those lines.
I'm a little sad about the cloud cover because we were hoping to see a lot of stars, given that usually we live in, city, and, our neighbors are very close to us and very loud.
Yeah.
But here, there's not that many people around. Though we did have to shoo away another group, like, no.
Need to back back.
Don't hang out with us.
You got a whole desert over here.
I can't believe how chilly it is. It's like crazy.
It's great. It's fantastic.
It's beautiful. It's like we're in Maine.
Gorgeous.
Legit.
Yeah.
It's like summer in Maine.
Even this afternoon, it's like I said, it's the humidity. You get out here and there's no humidity. 90-something degrees.
Hot. Sit down and look at this. That was awesome. There was a big flash of pink lightning across the sky. Just look at it. You can talk to me. Just look that way.
Well, I have to talk. It's a podcast.
Well,
that's what podcasts are about.
Sure. I just mean, look at the thing. Stuff's happening over there, even if it's just a cool storm. We're getting a cool storm, even if that's all we get.
So what do you make of the concept of them being spirit-led? One of the stories is that it's the ghost of Spanish conquistadors who died coming over and exploring.
All right. But did they conquistador right here? I mean, this seems like kind of a random spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see them dying here for sure. P.S. Around me in every possible direction is flat nothing.
Yeah.
And the scrub brush on the ground is not look like something you'd like to have for lunch. Yeah. No water. Nothing. Nothing. Hardcore nothing. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. If people made it up this far, it seems likely they would have died and their spirits haunted the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to talk about like old spirits, why wouldn't it be the native tribes that probably lived here?
Could be.
And like I was saying, maybe there's a cemetery over there. And it's just the spirits of the people popping up, say, what's up?
Well, and that is what the Native Americans in the area say, is that it's the spirits of long dead people. They're spirit lights.
Is there another place in the world where there is a similar phenomenon? I don't know if you know the answer to that question, but
yes,
that's my question.
Gulf Breeze, Florida, is one where there are unexplained spheres of light that dance around.
Gulf Breeze, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Florida, the death of many of us, so seems likely there could be a lot of dead people there.
Like I said, many people...
Plus, conquistadors, I feel like, could be there. Right near the water. They swung on by.
Yeah,
they were
but
like,
these
what's
are out,
up?
These are out over the water.
But Spanish conquistadors, Spain is far.
Yeah.
For them to get to Texas and here.
Oh, they came to Texas.
We're way in the middle. I mean, of course.
They came to Mexico.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Colombia, South America, Florida.
Mexico. Mexicans could be the native tribes.
No.
And like 2 Spanish conquistadors.
No.
Who were like, say what?
Yeah, I don't. But we.
Yeah, we clearly don't know anything about the history.
No.
We're legit making it up, and we're making it up badly.
Well, I mean, we're just here saying conjecture. That's all. That's all you got on it, really. We're sitting here hoping to catch a glimpse of some lights this evening.
Now, some say that they bob and weave and they move around and they do little dances and stuff.
They split apart and join together.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, I don't know. I don't have an opinion about it until I see them.
And
I'll let you know.
That's something.
If they're like little aliens.
Whoa! I am very glad I caught that on camera.
Oh my God, I can't wait for you to put the video and accompanying with the whole thing. We have to figure out if we can sync that. Oh my God, that was wild. I mean, by the looks of it right now, I'm going to vote atmospheric conditions because we are witnessing like awesome colors and lots of different like lightning things. Who's to say that it wasn't just lightning?
Well, and that's one theory, is ball lightning. Plasmic off charge from electromagnetic interference in the air.
Oh yeah, so say it's aliens. They, there's the theory that aliens live in the ocean, right? Mm-hmm. So what if could the aliens live like underground, and like maybe they live underground?
Maybe
this is like a Roswell-ish place.
There's a big theory about aliens living underground, actually. Yeah.
Who is it? Somebody was posting something about a president a while back who thought that there were mole people who lived in the center of the earth. So he made people dig into the ground as deep as they could go to see if they could find the mole people.
Yeah, yeah.
Who was it? Some president.
I don't know. Probably something along the lines of...
Ford, perhaps?
I don't know. There are the reptilians that supposedly live under the ground in California.
Whose theory is that?
No, that's like newspaper reports and things like that. That's like urban legend. And it goes back to the times of like old San Francisco when when the Chinese were building tunnels and things like that they ran into a group of lizard people under San Francisco.
And the lizard people were like just having a discussion about like philosophy, but then the Chinese people show up and they're all like, rawr, rawr.
You can, it's there, it's documented.
It's really funny.
There's Dulce Base in New Mexico. That's supposedly a government facility with all kinds of aliens that they're crossbreeding and breeding with humanity.
Sure. Now that they've disclosed that there's alien shit, I believe everything.
Dulce Base is underground, hidden in the side of a mountain. So, it's possible.
Come on, son. Get set. I want this. I want to be in pitch blackness.
That is going to be fun. Yeah. Yeah.
See, right now there's a few cars
So
driving up the highway, or
yeah, there's
are they
maybe about
parked?
5 cars down the road. They're driving. So this is your first time to drive this far across Texas, huh?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I've never seen this as far as we went on 10 today, and then, towards Marfa on 67. I've never been to this part of town, no. This is new to me. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Really gorgeous. I'm a big fan of the way Texas looks, though. It's like what I always imagined when I was a kid. I lived in my place and it looked like that, but it was like, someday I'm going to see the open road, and someday I'm going to just be out in Texas.
Okay, Pee-wee.
That's right. I'm a lot like Pee-wee. Pee-wee Herman and I are similar. I walk around and talk to people like Pee-wee does.
That's true.
La 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 la. Oh, hello.
La 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 la.
Yeah, I'm odd these days. I go to grocery stores and just chat people up, just strangers.
Yeah.
And be all like, really? Those crackers are really delicious. You're going to enjoy them. Yep, that's what I do. It's just
true.
a feel, really.
It's true. Absolutely.
The baby isn't with us, in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
We didn't leave him in a hotel, a haunted hotel. Whoa. No, he is staying with Chris's brother and learning how to swim and having a great time, honestly.
Absolutely.
This might be his first memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Randy and Nikki for taking a 2-year-old child.
For
and
a
then
weekend.
handing us liquor and letting us leave.
Yes. Absolutely. That was most kind.
Indeed.
Oh, man. So what'd you think of 4th of July? What do you think of 4th of July to begin with? Because it's 5th of July and your birthday's after the 4th of July.
Oh, well, I mean, in general, it's annoying because, it just sort of overshadows me. And, I just want the attention. So, what the hell? But, I mean, in general, it's, fine. It's a nice summertime day off. All right, what's happening over here? See a little light there?
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's nothing?
That's
All right.
nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of looks like something to me.
Oh.
I mean, it's far away from the red light.
It is.
It's...
Yeah, that wasn't there a while ago.
Not there.
Yeah, we do have something right up around 2 o'clock over here, folks. That just popped up on the horizon out there.
It legitimately looks like a person's wearing a helmet with a light on the front of it, and they're just walking towards us, which is real creepy. I just set that up, and I was like, wow, that's terrible.
Let's hope not.
That being said, that could be anywhere. There's so much on the horizon, and the way that it is right here, you can see for miles and miles and miles. I don't know, though. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's a bouncer. Wow. See, we moving around. That's not just staying in one place, man. That's moving left and right. That's legit. Marfa Light achieved.
Yeah?
Dude, look at it. It's legit. It's bobbing and weaving.
I'm looking at it. I'm watching.
I mean, it's mostly staying in the same level on the horizon, but it's kind of bobbing.
Yeah.
Another less creepy way to describe it would be if there was a tree there, which, P.S., there's not, and somebody hung a light on the branch and the wind was blowing it. It has a sort of wind-blown situation. The way that it's moving right now feels like it's moving in the wind. Dude, that's it. That's a Marfa Light. I I mean, legit. That thing is what we're looking for.
Well, let's hope we get to see some more. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's like a teeny little light. I wish I had a binocular. Hold on, let me see if I can do my homemade binoculars. Oh, it kind of works. I put my hands in front of my face like they're binoculars. And legit, it works.
It helps a little bit.
It like focuses out the other lights.
Yeah.
Dude, that is it. It is a bouncy light. It's real.
I'm going to have to see it disappear for it to be real.
Okay.
I'm going to see it come and go.
Ooh, there's another one then that just left. It was right above the red blinking light, which is a marker for me. Oh, see, it just turned back on, but that just turned off. So that is another one. Dose. And it just turned off.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Uh-huh.
Unless that's somebody's porch light.
It's real distinct for it to be a porch light.
There it is at half the... You see it?
Yep, I see him.
Crazy. Crazy, bro.
Crazy, bro. Hey, you should get the cameras and point them over here, because I think this is where that's happening. I mean, I know the 360 camera will get it.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go over and ruin everybody's experience showing the thing on the camera. All that stuff.
Okay, all right.
Where it is where it is.
Where it is where it is.
That's all right.
There's
You wouldn't...
a big crowd over at the viewing center right now.
Uh-huh.
We are distant from them.
Yeah.
I would
Very
say
much on purpose.
there's like
I don't
25 people over there.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt.
Dude, it came
their
back on
viewing
and it moved over. Look.
Yeah, it did.
See, the red light is a reference point.
Yeah.
It is now
It's
over,
now,
and now
easily,
it's bouncing.
folks. Just so you know, the light just turned back on. It's on, and then it went off.
And now it's moving around, and now
and
it's
off. It's on.
Dude, what the hell is that?
It's going down.
All right, this over here on the right, this is a car. There's two lights together. That's a car.
Mm-hmm.
But Bouncy McGee, and then this one over here that's either somebody's porch light or or another light. I don't know about the first one that I saw. This one that's moving around is it, for sure.
Well, and see, that over there is a car.
Yep.
So that's what makes me worry about over there.
Okay.
Where you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, because that's hills off in the distance, and if somebody's going through and you're seeing it through scrub brush and all that, and they're going uphill, downhill, hills, winding road, and all that kind of stuff.
All right, I'm still looking. Whoa, did the horizon just kind of, I mean, like, did the cloud cover, like, clear up a bit?
No. You're just seeing a more stark contrast between the dark, stormy clouds and the violet horizon, the purple.
Oh, I wish
the
I saw.
dusk
I don't
blue.
see purple.
Well, it's like the dusk blue. See it?
Yeah, blue.
Yeah.
I still see this one right here, by the way. That could be a person's house, I'll give you that. But
yeah, it's pretty cool. The light that we did just see was pretty nifty.
interesting.
We'll see what's up. Like I said, we got some 360 footage from it, but
We'll see.
yeah.
I'm skeptical, but
Well,
Interested?
and that's just it. Like my experience with the paranormal and being out on ghost hunts and that kind of thing with EVPs and all that, like you've got to be ready to dismiss it. You've got to be ready for it not to be what you're looking for. Otherwise, it's not scientific. I just don't see it as scientific. You know, to me, it's one of those you have to be ready to dismiss half of what you get. Because there's no way you're getting that much. But even then, whenever you're talking about things like Project Blue Book, the FBI investigations into UFOs, all that kind of stuff, like they'll even say that there were some that we still don't know, even after photographic and physical analysis and all that kind of stuff. We have no idea what that was.
Yeah, well, you know, we don't know everything.
Yeah, precisely. And we have just hit the exact edge of darkness, folks. You can just see the silhouette of mountains off in the distance, across from the sun. It is absolutely beautiful. Like Amy was saying, I wish the clouds weren't here. I wish this storm front, which is actually a beautiful storm front, causing it to be this temperature.
It's kind of awesome. So I'll take it, and then tomorrow we'll get some stars.
There's another light off to the very top left of
the
radio light. It was bright and then dimmed, and came back again. Let's see if it follows the same path and comes down to the lower right of that red light.
In case that's the road.
That will confirm for us whether or not it's a road situation. Because see, there it comes again.
Oh no, that's a car. Oh, see, that's a car. See, you can see both headlights.
Boom.
Okay. Well, that area right there is just headlights.
Yeah, which is why...
That's why the Dallas people said, Yeah.
Well, and why the plaque right here next to us was saying that... And if you go onto Wikipedia, folks, everything's right there. It tells you to look off to the southwest of the viewing center. And that's the main reason why, is because you're looking... Whoa! I'm waiting for the thunder on that.
Big ol' lightning.
That was a crazy flash of lightning.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
Especially with how dark it is right now.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh. Wow, you got double rainbows for your birthday. You got mountains, sunsets.
I got cool air and I got crazy lightning.
Crazy lightning.
Lightning.
Yeah. So I've thoroughly enjoyed the trip. I highly recommend people make a venture out here. I'm a big fan of road trips in Texas. It's a great state for it.
Beautiful. Everyone's been so nice to us so far.
Most of the highways here are well maintained. So
people weren't too crazy.
It makes it nice and easy. Yeah.
Very low key.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Exactly.
And I'm looking forward to a continued smooth evening.
Yeah. Precisely.
Dude. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I saw something. Wow.
Not yet. Not yet.
There's a big crowd of people.
There is a good crowd of people here.
I was pissed off a second ago because there was a person who pulled their car in and their headlights were just like
crushing everything.
Oh, yeah. Right now, at this very moment, happening. And it's like, I don't know. Stop.
Well, granted, it's not completely dark yet, but...
Yes.
It's dark
I'll
enough.
allow it.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
We've got this fantastic drink that we've made.
Yes, it was called the Resolution, but then we forgot to add a part, and then we changed it slightly. So
we didn't have any champagne.
See, but so what I think that we should call it, since we've adjusted it, right?
The Revolution.
No, but I like that. All right, I'll take it.
All right.
It was born on the 4th of July. Why not
was.
be the revolution?
That's right. That's right. So, 1 part gin, 3 parts simple syrup, 1 part
Lemon juice.
1 part lemon juice, a splash of grenadine, and then
Shake it up.
shaken over with ice, and then poured over ice with a rosemary sprig.
It really makes the difference. The rosemary does.
Yeah, it does. It really opens it up.
Mm-hmm.
And Amy is not even a gin fan.
I have never had a good gin experience until now.
Yeah. Well, you gotta drink something better than, McCormick's.
I hear ya. I've had some low quality alcohol in my life. That's why I don't drink so often
I had
anymore.
my days of Rebel Yell myself.
Because I don't really have anything.
Me and Ezra Brooks and Evan Williams were really good friends back in the day. Those nice low dollar whiskeys. Even now I don't shoot that high on a whiskey. I mean, I normally try not to go over $30-$35 for a bottle. And that's a point of pride to be able to spend that much and find a good whiskey. So I highly recommend.
But gin's tough because of the juniper berries, and because it tastes like Christmas trees, and because you're like, ugh, all the time.
Yeah.
I've had bad experiences. Bad experiences.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of the floral. I love the floral stuff.
But man, this mix, we searched cocktails, and now we have this mixed drink, and it is like super good.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. It's great.
We have a couple other mixed drinks that we're gonna try.
Yeah.
If they work out, we'll let you know about them.
Yeah, and we'll add the recipe into the episode post.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
The Dudes and Beer Revolution.
That's it.
A Dudes and Beer cocktail.
Yep. Well, I've considered doing some cocktail episodes where we have a special drink for the episode.
Yeah, I mean, beer is just the word for libation between friends.
Absolutely. And,
captures the idea of people sitting here. Oh,
that was
big
beautiful
lightning.
I mean, if anything, folks, we're getting a hell of a lightning storm.
Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous.
And quite honestly, if anything, coming out here without the storm that we've got going on, you're going to get some beautiful big sky country. Where you're going to get to see the Milky Way, some planets, all that kind of cool stuff. So,
dude, you can see the whole So I put my head up, and it's like you can see the legit dome, you can see the circle, all around you. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
The sky is so big.
It is amazing what you get to see without light pollution.
There's still light pollution. I can see it from other places.
That's exactly what we were talking about in our episode with Astronomers Without Borders, was that, so many people nowadays don't know a life without light pollution. They don't know what it's like to see the Milky Way. And that's crazy to me. I don't know. I've been enthralled with it since I was a kid, going out hunting, things like that. Learning constellations, planets.
I think I didn't really see much of it in Boston when I grew up. When we went to Maine, we saw it, and that was fun.
Yeah.
But, we were dumb teens, so we weren't concerned about it then. But years later, when I went to UD, I took an astronomy class, and they made us drive out into the country. So I drove to Paris, Texas. And Italy, Texas, and just stood there and saw so many stars. It was wild.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm feeling a drop of rain. I don't know if you want to grab the cooler to put the recording equipment inside so it doesn't get wet.
Nah, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm feeling droplets of rain on my body.
I think you're crazy.
They're dripping on my face and my leg.
Oh, man.
Unless you or someone else is spitting on me. Oh, God, turn that damn phone off. Oh, so bright. It's so dark out here, and you just turn the phone on and it exploded my face.
It did explode your face.
Oh.
It did explode your face. That's how it works.
Wow.
That's what you get. No,
I still believe this one here in the middle is a light. It's a solid, not moving too much light, but
no,
something.
No, it's off in the distance. Sorry.
Are these lights going to come by and like swing by and like do a loop-de-loop in my face?
Not in your face, no. There's a no trespassing sign over here. There's a large fence. They aren't allowed to come past it.
Oh, I see how that works.
What do you think the fence is there for?
Oh, sure. So like the ball will like come to the fence and like be right at the fence, like
angrily trying to get you. Yeah.
But it can't because it reads the sign, understands the words no trespassing, and it's like, all right, I'll go away.
Oh man. Yeah.
I worry that the lights of your camera are making everyone think that those are Marfa Lights.
They are.
I guess.
They're going to be highly disappointed in a little while whenever I go and get them and cut them off.
Yeah. The fake Marfa Lights from that asshole.
You know how much money I dumped into those binoculars to look at that thing?
The follow-up of this episode is me bailing you out of jail because a bunch of people try to beat you up for doing it.
A bunch of people beat me down. I get the Marfa beat down.
Ghost light beat down.
This is called the Ghost Light Howdy.
And the ghost light comes out of nowhere. It's like...
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the Marfa Lights recap. So we got a chance to go out to the Marfa Lights 2 nights in a row. The first night we did actually see something. Amy had seen something as she was talking about the first night. We kind of looked at it and it stopped moving and it just kind of hovered there. It stayed all night. So we assumed the fact that maybe we were imagining something, that Amy was seeing something. I thought that I'd seen it move as well, but then it just stayed there and then stayed there all night. It was like, well, all right, let's go ahead and head out. Didn't really see anything. Okay. We saw quite a few lights over onto the side at about 3 o'clock, 2 to 3 o'clock on the clock if you're looking straight up from the Marfa Lights viewing center, that were quite obviously cars, stuff like that. But when we went back the second night, that's when things got crazy. It was wild. That's all I can say. I've been privy to a few paranormal experiences in my life and been there when some things happened, and it was pretty creepy. But this was absolutely stunning. It was amazing. It was literally the exact same light that Amy had seen the night before. Mm-hmm. The exact same spot.
The exact same light.
Exact same light.
Yes, the first night, it was, no, you're wrong. And then the second night, all of a sudden, it was a Marfa Light. So I saw Marfa Lights both nights.
Yes.
But no one believed me the first night.
Well, because
and then the
stopped
second
moving.
night, well, it's not really my problem.
I understand
it moved around. I said it looked like a guy had a light on his, and I don't think this is the case, but it looked like a guy had a light on a hat, and he was walking around, and it was like doo 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 doo, and then it stopped. So I thought maybe it was a porch light that had been swinging in the wind that decided to stop swinging. But the second night, I was like, that light that I saw last night is there again. And we stood up and like looked at it more closely. And when we looked at it more closely, it was really moving. It was moving like left to right, up, down, doing curly cues.
Oh, yeah, no, we saw loop-de-loops. Yeah. We saw straight up loop-de-loops.
at one point it split into two
Bright
lights.
bulbs. Bright. It wasn't dim either. It was like it grew in brightness and split into two, and then rejoined and dimmed down again.
I'm really hoping for some of the footage that we took, because there was also a faraway lightning storm happening.
Yeah.
And it was like right behind where the light was. So it like kind of showed us that the lightning was flickering in the background, but that the light itself was closer to us.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Whoa.
Because up against the light in the background, you could just see the silhouette still of the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
You could barely see it just from moonlight, things like that. And whenever the lightning would flash, you could distinctly see the fact that the light was out in front of the mountain.
Yeah.
That it wasn't flush with the mountain, anything like that. It was hovering out in front. And one of the most amazing experiences of my life. It was absolutely moving. I was gobsmacked when it started like moving. And there were times where it was trucking along. It
did a lot of movement.
Like,
for sure.
even the crowd that was there was wowed by it. Like,
you
could hear them like, wow. Like, very intense. Amy, what did you think of the overall experience of doing it? And number one, the overall experience of Marfa itself, as well as the overall experience of hunting the lights and seeing the lights.
Well, the overall experience of Marfa was essentially like a small hipster town with a few solid old people who were really holding down the fort to make sure it was like a real place, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of hip things to do. There were also a lot of historical things to do, and I thought that they were super cool, and I really liked it. It was calming. I got a lot of good sun. I really liked it. I thought it was a good time. I will definitely go back there again. As far as the lights go, I'm a skeptic. I'm not like you. I'm not as spiritual.
Hey, I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I saw it and it moved around and it was a thing. And because of the light in the background that like was flashing, you could see, you would have seen a person. Like if it was a person,
well,
you would have seen the person because there was that light that was happening, right?
I don't know that we would have seen the person, mainly due to the fact that it would have been about 10 miles down the road.
But we would have at least seen something. There was no figure or anything or building or whatever in the space between the light that we were watching move around and the big open field and the lightning in there behind it. So
here's the thing: the odds of you seeing if it was a person with a flashlight, a lantern, something like that, the odds of you seeing that 10 to 15 miles away.
Why are you trying to debunk
almost none.
It's probably a ghost situation?
Oh, no.
I'm trying to agree with you.
I understand.
That it's probably a ghost, and you're debunking it and trying to act like it's a guy with a flashlight.
That's
what
because that is one of the many things that people say.
All right, and what I am saying right now in my opinion section is that I don't think that's what it was.
Okay.
I just think it was something else, and I don't know what it was, and I don't know what the thing was. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it really wasn't that,
Yeah.
Exactly. If you think it's a guy with a flashlight, great.
No.
I just, in my opinion, from what I saw, I just don't think so.
Yep. And that's just it. It's from what I was able to tell, actually going down, because we went down rock hounding, down 67 or down 67 through there, which actually is the route to Mexico, everything else, down Presidio. We passed through the border checkpoint, everything else.
Oh, yeah?
We passed by the little radio tower that is the blinking light. that's off in the distance in the flats. So we were probably about another 40 miles away from the mountains. Like, it was a while off. But to know where that radio tower is and have a frame of reference to that, and then know what that distance is and know that light's further than that was pretty incredible. Be like, there's no way. I'm sorry. Like, I deal with light all the time. There's, like, maybe if you had like an insane spotlight or something, you'd be able to see it from that distance. But as far as people saying, like, people with flashlights, people with lasers, stuff like that, I really don't think so. I don't think that there's an aberrant weather condition, like a mirage weather condition hovering over the desert.
Like, based on the way that it moved and the, like,
no, exactly,
the structure of it, and okay, if it was just a single light that moved around, I'd be like, guy with a flashlight for sure. But again, I felt like I didn't see the figure, right? So, and I get that you're like, you say that it would be impossible for me to see it, whatever, but it split into two things. Like, it wasn't just a single light, it was like two lights, and then they like spun around, and they came back together, and then, man, it was just really interesting. It moved all around. There's nothing I can think of that could explain it. I mean, even ghosts, what are the ghosts doing? They're swinging around saying, hey, what's up, let me do a loop-de-loop? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, based on the research that we did before, I would almost, argue that it was a will-o-the-wisp, a little ball moving all around. Maybe it was. That's just what it was. Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Spirit,
what a will-o-the-wisp is.
Spirit form. Will-o-the-wisp is just a spirit orb.
Yeah. We saw
Excuse me, folks.
We saw it.
Yeah, it was. I totally saw the Marfa Lights. Amy saw the Marfa Lights. A whole group of like 75, 80 people out
back
there last night.
Yeah.
Saw the Marfa Lights of all ages. So it was pretty cool. It was hip. I'm definitely coming back to Marfa. I would like it to be a regular family trip to come out to Marfa. It's cool. It's a great area.
It's also literally cool. It's July, and when we left Marfa, right now in the car, it says the outside temperature is 75 degrees. Guys, just check for a second where you are. It's probably higher than 75 degrees. We're in Texas, the middle of it, and it's 75 degrees.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, this place.
Yeah.
And like cool at night. Like, what's happening? What kind of place is this? Gorgeous. Wonderful.
Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. So if you ever get a chance, everybody, hop on out to Marfa, Texas. It's worth the trip. It's worth the drive. And it's definitely worth the experience of going out, checking out the Marfa Lights. If you go out to the Marfa viewing area, it's about 9 miles outside of Marfa, Texas. You can't miss it. It's marked on both sides of the highway with a historical marker type sign, big and brown, very distinctive in the state of Texas. Those are only made for, hey, you stop and look at this. That's the only thing those big brown signs mean in Texas. So you'll see it. It says Marfa Lights Viewing Center, 1 mile. And it's off to the southwest of Marfa. It's a beautiful little stop. Like I said the other night, they have telescopes, things like that there. And if you're looking straight out from the viewing center, you're going to want to look about 2 o'clock on your watch. Between 2 and 3 o'clock, you'll see the blinking red light of the radio tower. You want to look about 2 hand widths to the left. If you hold your hands out, Boy Scouts, you want to use 2 hand widths there with the red light on your right and start looking that direction. That'll pretty much eliminate the cars coming down the mountain road and coming down the freeway that it terminates behind you and goes past you. So from that point left is where you want to look. And you'll see him. It's incredible. It's a great experience. I highly recommend that you go check it out. So yeah, make sure to stop on by, check things out. Dudesandbeer.com is the website. You can also check out Amy's stuff at yesbutwhy.com.
Yesbutwhypodcast.com.
Yesbutwhypodcast.com.
Yesbutwhy.com does not belong to us.
And yes, and HCUniversalNetwork.com as well is where you can find all of it. So until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and go out and explore, see mysterious things. And if you can't be good at it. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Dudes and Beer Podcast. To listen to our audio streams or chat with us live, download the official Dudes and Beer app for Android and iDevices, available on Google Play and iTunes markets. For more episodes, content, and information, visit us online at dudesandbeer.com. You can also find our episodes on Breach.tv, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast service. Dudes and Beer is a proud member of the HC Universal Network family of podcasts. For more about our sponsors and other podcasts on this network, visit hcuniversalnetwork.com. Thanks for listening, everybody, and until next time, drink responsibly.